What's going on, guys? Today we are here, Crypto Kenny and Chet James. We're going to be doing a little bit of Genesis mining. Now, Genesis mining, if you guys aren't familiar, is a cloud mining based platform where, typically you would have to buy mining equipment. If you're mining cryptocurrency, you would need to buy mining equipment. That equipment could range from your standard graphics cards, which are in your computer, to big block type machines. Now, there's many issues with these types of machines, which is why we resorted to Genesis. And yeah, we're going to be breaking that down. Why don't I pass it over to Kenny so he can give a brief intro.
Hey guys, thanks for joining us. I'm super excited for our initiation into the Genesis mining platform. I think that there is so much potential that the platform has to offer in cloud mining as a whole. And I think that entering this super undersaturated market is going to put so much leverage into our business and into our lives. So, there's been a few different things we've been going over, but this has been ultimately our really big goal. And our end result with this is to bring tremendous value with presenting cryptocurrencies and cloud mining and unraveling the whole mystery about it. But we've been planning this for a little while. We'll talk a little bit about the process as we show you how this all goes down and show you how this kind of settles in and how you go from holding cash in your hand to actually investing into BTC and getting involved in these platforms. So if you want, Chet, we can get started on that. I'll talk a little bit about how the funds settle and how we go from the form of US dollar and actually in our hands to BTC as you start rolling through the platforms.
Genesis mining, they offer contracts. Now, these contracts they range from different cryptocurrencies, but they also range in length. There's only three contract types left. Before they had Litecoin, Doge, Bitcoin, Dash, Monero, and Ethereum. Now there's only Bitcoin, Ethereum, and Monero. So we're going to be focusing on Bitcoin. The other two are 2-year contracts. So you're paying for a contract that will only last 2 years. Now, with Bitcoin, of course, it is lifetime, right? So you may be thinking why would anybody pick 2 years? Why would they cap themselves off? There's a difference, right? With Monero, I don't know so much. I wouldn't say so much with Ethereum, but previously, like with Dash, the difficulty of these coins plays a huge factor. With Bitcoin, the difficulty increases frequently. With Dash, not so much. So when you look at it from that perspective, yes, you're not getting it for a lifetime, but the difficulty stays similar, right? And by difficulty, I just mean how hard it's going to be for you to make the same amount of money every single day, to put it on a basic level. So with Dash and with your X11 contracts, you'll be making relatively similar amounts every single day. So you can really project what you'll be making very easily. Now with Bitcoin, you're still able to project your earnings. However, it requires a little bit more, right? You're going to have to look at the difficulty, average the growth and the increase of that difficulty, and factor in different upgrades, how much you're going to have to pay for an upgrade here and there, and then you can come to a conclusion. So they have their pros and cons. However, really at the end of the day, a lifetime contract does beat a 2-year contract, even by a little. So that's why we're choosing Bitcoin. Basically, with this contract, we'll be getting paid daily in Bitcoin payouts. It'll be sent directly to our cryptocurrency wallet until it's not profitable anymore, right? Which could be years, could be 2 years, could be 10 years, could be 20 years. It all depends on the difficulty. So it's got so many benefits really to it, especially with all this growth looking ahead of us, with all this growth in the forefront for Bitcoin, with the hard fork and with SegWit now activated. There's some good things headed, so that's really why we're choosing Bitcoin. So Kenny, I don't know if you want to bring up some of the financial stuff, just anything really, what your opinion is.
Yeah, so we also bounced around the idea between cloud mining and then actually mining as far as buying the miners and going that whole route and putting it in our homes and actually initiating the whole process because we do have the know-how in being able to program these types of functions, and we also we're looking at it as two separate investments, right? We're putting our money in a spot in a cloud mining platform, which has its ups and downs, but we also could be putting money in the direction of owning the mining systems that will allow us to essentially do the same thing, but there's also ups and downs with that. So the reason why we chose, there's first off many reasons why we chose cloud mining over actually sitting down and doing the mining ourselves, but the main reasons that we really are looking into cloud mining more heavily, and we think that it is a smarter investment for us and everyone in similar positions, is simply because of the fact that if we do have a mining system, the actual platform or the actual programming and the actual software is one heavy job, and Chet is actually phenomenal at doing that. So he does have the capability of doing that, but it is a difficult job, and it doesn't come easy, and it gets harder as we continue moving forward. And he's going to have to reprogram and adjust these miners on a regular basis, and that's a commitment. And when we're doing that, we also have to think of another thing: where are we putting these mining systems? And that, in and of itself, is a difficult kind of hurdle because they're loud, very loud. I think we were talking about it, Chet. It was like 10 times louder than a hairdryer or something like that.
Yeah, it's a little bit louder, yeah, than a hair dryer, which I don't know about you guys. I'm not. No thanks.
Yeah. So, and that's running 24/7. You don't
And
turn that off.
that's one. That's one machine.
Yeah, that's one. And we were looking at getting multiple, right? So, as you continue to build up, it gets louder and louder and louder. And you're putting this in your home. We're not going to rent a facility to put this into at this point in time because it doesn't make sense when you have a few machines. Now, if we come down the line and we have 10, 20, 50, 100, yeah, of course, that makes more sense. But at this point in time, with a few miners, it makes more sense to put it in our home. But you do sit there and you deal with the constant loud noise of a hairdryer 24/7. And then also, these things get hot, guys. They are actively working all day. They're running 24/7. And as they're doing that, they are hot machines. So you have to put cooling systems in there, which adds to the energy bill. Now you're running this 24/7. You're using fans and cooling systems to decrease the temperature that the machine is continuously gaining because it's always running and it's continuously getting hotter. So that all adds up to the energy bill, and that's just another factor. So now it kind of drops down your return on the investment at the end of the month, which isn't a huge crushing, financial deficit to the overall mining factors, but it is an impact, and it does make an impact. So the physical aspects of owning mining systems overcome the negatives, overcome the positives in that aspect. So we chose to go the cloud mining route, and we're super excited about the decision we've made. Is there anything that you think we should add to that is a big factor for why we chose cloud mining?
No, I think just a funny side note though is, again, like there's people out there, right, in states in the north, and again, something else that's ironic too, like we're living in Florida, right, where electricity
Yeah.
is cheap, right? So that's one thing, it's cheap. But there are so many videos and so many blueprints out there for people to heat their homes with these machines, right? So that has to be factored in. We are not going to be heating our homes with these machines.
Yeah.
So, all of these things average up, right? Somebody's shaving money off by heating their house with this. We're living in Florida with a little bit cheaper electricity, but now we have to cool it even more because we're in Florida. So at the end of the day, even though we're in Florida, it doesn't balance out.
Yeah, of course. We don't ever really turn on our heat. We're actively using our air conditioning. So that's not a factor for us. And also, there are people who use cooling systems that draw in the cold air, which do minimize the energy consumption from the cooling systems. And if you have cold air outside, bringing that inside to cool these systems, that's super effective. We don't have that luxury because outside right now is actually about 105 degrees with the humidity and everything that, it adds up and it doesn't get any cooler. So it's difficult for us, but yeah.
Yeah. All right, cool. Yeah, then I guess if we got all that information, I think I'll just go through it. Let me share my screen. So what we went ahead and did, which screen? This one. So we purchased on Coinbase. We used our bank account, wired straight from the bank account. We used Coinbase. Coinbase was just the easiest solution, as we didn't really feel like pulling out our crypto, using our cryptocurrency that we have already invested into Genesis, as we prefer to diversify a bit. So we wound up using Coinbase, and on Coinbase we use our bank account. Mind you, if you are making any deposits over, I believe it's around 150. If you upload your ID, I think it's 250. Anything over 250 with a debit card, you'll need to use a bank account. So that's what we decided to do. We wound up using our bank account. And with that, again, it comes around, it's a bit of a delay. It's around 6 days. We waited, I think, 7 days, maybe even a little bit more. So definitely factor that in when you guys are planning to purchase your mining contracts. That's definitely something that you need to be aware of. Then, in addition to that, with Genesis, when you purchase your contracts, typically you have a 24 to 48 hour waiting period until you get your payouts. So that's just something that I needed to throw in there. Let me just take a look. Let me look at the Litecoin charts, Kenny. Just make sure we're not buying on a strong dip and we don't lose any money in between buying these contracts.
Yeah, so again, that's another factor that you're looking into, guys. When you're looking at when you convert the actual money in your bank account to USD in the Coinbase wallet, you have to also be cognitive of the timing that you're purchasing these cryptocurrencies, because the market is always fluctuating. So you don't want to buy on a complete peak. You don't want to buy on a complete drop. You have to be aware of where the market is at the current time. So now you have that 7 to 10 days or 6 to 10 days where you are waiting for that money to hit the wallet. And then you also have to be ready to purchase at a proper time when you're looking at these markets.
Right, exactly. And that's something I left out, was instead of, us purchasing 30, whatever, we wound up buying 3,200, but or 32, 31 something, now we're left with 3,074. Instead of just buying $3,000 worth of Litecoin, Ethereum, or Bitcoin and being stuck for 6 to 8 days with that coin, and in the event that the coin drops significantly, we wound up, you can just deposit money into your USD wallet, which is much safer. It's a lot less of a risk, if you ask me, because then your money, your waiting period isn't going to be affected by any changes in price.
Yeah, I agree.
So that's what we're going to do. We're going to be buying a 15 terahash contract. Select Litecoin 49.612. Let me put that in here. So that'll be $2,020. Now, for any of you guys who aren't already familiar with cloud mining, 15 terahash is what you'll be buying. So the computing power or the mining power will be 15 terahash per second. So in order for you guys to figure out, what you're going to be making off of each contract, right? Because you can go up and down and just see what you're going to be, what you want to spend. You can easily see how much you'll make from that. And I'll add a link in the description to this. This is just a mining calculator. It tells you what you'll be making. So on 15 terahash per second, we'll be making roughly $12 per day, $83 per week, $359 per month, and $4,370 per year. Now, Genesis does have fees. So this number is not entirely accurate. However, it will be very close. All right, guys, so I got our promo code. So if you did not know, we do have a 3% off promo code. If you would like to use it, it will be in the description to this video. However, let's get it rolling. So 49.469, was it validated? Validate? I think so. Promo code valid. 3% off discount, so 47 as opposed to, what was it previously?
49.
As opposed to, wow, we saved 2 Litecoin. That's crazy. Saved 2 Litecoin on that. So guys, if you want to use our promo code, we just saved almost around $90 off of our contract. That just helps you get a return on your investment so much quicker. So if you want to use that, that will be in the description. Agree on terms. All right, so that's about it, right, Ken? You ready to do that thing?
Yep, 79 or 47.985.
I won't need to do this yet, but all right, guys. So it looks like it finally went through. We were waiting for, God, that was probably a few minutes at least.
Yeah.
So yeah, please send 47.898 LTC to the following address. Order will expire. Kind of looks like a ransom note. No big deal.
Yeah, and again, we actually got that on a dip again because the last time we tried using it was, but we also did save, we saved a good amount of that promo code though.
Yeah, 2 Litecoin, and it just dropped another 0.1 as we were waiting.
Yeah, exactly.
So we bought 48 Litecoin. We'll be sending 48.77. We'll be sending that over to Genesis. So Litecoin, this again, make sure. 47.898. Network fee really isn't bad. Look at that, 0.0002.
Yeah, not at all.
Please send. Okay. As soon as you receive your credit, we'll send you an email when we receive the payment. Okay, ends in T. Guys, just always double check this stuff. When you do this, always double check. 7.898. All right, I think that's about it. Okay.
Yeah, not to freak you guys out, I did, just to tell you a little bit of a quick story. When I first started in crypto, I did send a form of crypto to the wrong wallet. And I think I gave someone, Chet and I were talking about it. And actually, I called Chet and I was like, dude, what? I just think I just sent the wrong guy money. But it wasn't, it wasn't as substantial as this. It wasn't 48 Litecoin, but it was like $30. And I think it was Steam at the time. But yeah, so just be cognitive of the code of the wallet ID because it's super crucial.
Exactly. That's why I'm super meticulous right now. Just making sure every single key is correct. Just making sure no issues. That would suck.
Yeah, that would not be fun.
No. All right, I think that's about it then. 47.898. Getting a little over the top here. All right. I'm going to buy this. Genesis there will most likely be a delay. It could be an hour. It could be, a day. It could be 2 days even. So don't freak out. You have your transaction ID. You have the Coinbase information. If anything goes wrong, you can easily message Genesis Mining and they will respond. So at the end of the day, it's really, it's not the end of the world if something goes wrong or if they don't answer you immediately. But I think that's about it until we actually start mining, which we'll be doing frequent updates with. But anything you wanted to add, Kenny?
No, now we just have to wait for that confirmation email. Once we get that confirmation email, we'll, continue to roll through, get everything set up properly, and then we'll come back on here. We'll show you what's going on. I can even we'll even throw up maybe like a screenshot chat maybe would be good of what the email will look like when you do get that confirmation email, just so that you guys are privy of what that may look like. And then we'll hop on here again and show you what everything looks like as we get the ball rolling, and then we'll do frequent updates. And as we do that, you'll see us, getting the daily investments out and, reinvesting and doing everything that we're doing with that. And it'll be super exciting to see us build this network of crypto funds and to continue aiding and assisting in the knowledge for everyone else. Because we're all here to learn, and we are super pumped about it.
Awesome. Yeah, guys, we're starting up we have now a crash course on referral getting. So if you guys would like more information on that, we have a Facebook group up already. I'll drop that link in the description, as well as a link to the page where you would need to sign up. I think that's about it. I do appreciate you guys checking this video out. If you have any questions at all, feel free to drop them below. Otherwise, make sure you like this video. If you would like to subscribe, we do run weekly giveaways. I know Kenny runs weekly giveaways as well, so make sure you're freaking subscribed.
Thanks, guys. We appreciate it.